about these devices, these modern devices, is that oftentimes they'll have integrated cameras with them. And so people will typically use OneNote and often will capture an image, maybe on a whiteboard, maybe something that they've seen as they're walking down the street as they're vacation planning, lots of different types of scenarios. One I want to show you is, let's say I wanted to go grab some content. I've got a quick helicopter tour here for San Francisco. I'll show you how easy this will be and how we've integrated OneNote with the Windows 8 experience and the camera in this device. I'll bring up that radial menu again, and I'll tap Camera. And let's go ahead and just minimize this. And you can see I've got this on my desk here. I'll go ahead and just tap it. That'll take a quick picture of it. I can go ahead and crop it. Let's say I just want to capture this part here. I want to remember the San Francisco helicopter piece. Tap OK, and I can just drop that right into my notebook. Real simple. And then if I want to move it around or resize it, I can just go pick it up with my finger, drag and drop, put it where I want it to be. So a great example here of the immersive style of applications that we can deliver with Office, taking advantage of what Windows 8 can provide for us. Now, for the next part of this demonstration, I want to show you a couple of things about how we talk about Office being in the cloud. This is a hugely important part of the release, as Steve talked about. We're transitioning the Office business as a cloud service. And to highlight this, I want to show you a couple of examples using the new Microsoft Word. The scenario here is that I want to show you how we can do some sharing scenarios from device to device. Now, I've just opened up Word for the first time here, and you'll see the user experience very similar to PowerPoint in the sense that it's clean and it's fluid. When you first open up the Office applications, you'll notice that you will sign into them. If you look in the upper right corner of the screen, I'm signed in as Kirk. It's got my picture here. And when I'm signed in, you get access to things like your settings. You get access to things like your most recently used documents. You can see them on the far left that's there. You get access to things like all of your templates. Your templates will roam with you from device to device to device. Even things like custom dictionaries. You have a name like Koenigsbauer, that's a custom dictionary entry you want to have with you no matter what machine you're on. And that will roam with me as I move from device to device. Now, by default, the Office applications will store content in the cloud. Of course, you can store them locally as well. But by default, we're storing content in the cloud using our SkyDrive service. So I'll open up a document that I've got here that's stored up in SkyDrive. We'll talk a bunch about SkyDrive in the next couple of minutes. But first, let me point out this new view that you're seeing in Word. This is the Word reading mode. And this is a new experience that we've created that takes advantage, again, of what these Windows 8 devices can deliver for us running Office. The idea with reading mode is Word's always been a fantastic tool for authoring. We want to make it a first-class tool for reading. So because it's, of course, a tablet touch-enabled, I can just go ahead and tap from page to page. What's great about reading mode is, independent of what device you have, Word will resize for the size of that device. So if I'm on a phone, it'll render in a different way. If I'm on a tablet that's landscape mode, that's a different view. It'll give me the view that's best for that particular experience. There's also some great capabilities here, too, where let's say you're in an environment where you want to change the lighting. Let's say I'm on an airplane, and it's dark, and the white contrast is a little bit too rough for my eyes. I can go to Page Color, go to Inverse for a moment, and have a black background with white text if I want, or sepia. You get the idea here. In this reading mode, oftentimes people may want to comment, or you may want to see comments that have been added to documents. You can see here I can go ahead and tap on the Comment tab, and that shows that a comment's been entered here in this part of the document. You'll also see that there's presence enabled in that comment, so I could do a quick IM with someone, I could do a quick phone call, a video chat if I'd like, all here right in the experience itself. I can collapse sections when I'm done reading with them if I'd like, or expand them to help me navigate through the document. Now I'm just going to go ahead and swipe through here, look at different parts of the page. When we think about this new reading mode, we're trying to create new scenarios, too, for modern documents and modern authoring. And one of the things that we're integrating is multimedia into these kinds of documents. So for example, if you look towards the lower right, you'll see that there's an image here, and it's got a play button. It's actually a video that's embedded as a link into the reading mode Word itself here. So I can go ahead and just play that right for my reading experience. Great. Now, I want to drop out of reading mode for a quick moment, make a quick edit to this document so you guys can see what we mean by moving content from device to device as I sign in across my devices themselves. I'm going to scroll up a bit here and show you how simple it is just to go ahead and add use my finger, go ahead and add an image. I'll click on Insert, And this is where I would go ahead if I wanted to insert another online video like you just saw. I can go ahead and add online pictures. We'll just do that now. It's a great example of how Office is cloud connected. We're looking up into our office.com service for clip art. I can search the web for, say, an image. I'll go ahead and type coho here. Let's look for a picture of a fish. Great. And I'll find the one I want. I can just tap on it, insert it into the document. Now, there's a great new feature called Live Layout that I want to show you. This picture is a little bit big for my document right now. I just want to go ahead and use my finger. I can go and use what's called Live Layout, and I can watch as I just use my finger to resize this. And I can move it and drag it anywhere on the page and watch how the text wraps. Really nice, fast, fluid text. I've got these green guidelines, and I can go ahead and get it exactly where I want. Let it go. That looks pretty good right there. Okay. Next, what I want to do is save the document, and then we can look at some of the different sharing scenarios. I'm going to go up to the file, the backstage here, and click on Share. And there's a number of different ways that I can share this document. One is that I can use the SkyDrive service directly, save the document to the cloud, and invite anyone to come and access this document or co-author or co-edit that document. I could go ahead and tap on social networks. I could post it to Facebook if I wanted to share it with people. I could scroll down and publish it as a blog if I'd like. There's lots of different choices. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and save it. Saved up to SkyDrive, and I'll close Word, and I'm going to switch machines. I've left work for the day, say, that's the scenario, and I'm coming back to my house. I'll move to this second machine here at my home. This device is a laptop, a notebook from Samsung. It's running Windows 8. And I want to show you how easily it is for me to sign into Office and get access to that same content. Now, here I'll be using a keyboard and mouse. And I want to start by just giving you a quick look at SkyDrive. SkyDrive is incredibly fundamental to this release of Office. It is where we'll be storing our content in the cloud. SkyDrive, as many of you may know, is a big service. 60 million active users a month, over 10 billion documents stored in the cloud with SkyDrive. And with SkyDrive, I can keep track of all kinds of content, documents, music, pictures of my family, videos. You get the idea. I can drop into Documents, where I have all my documents stored. And as I move over to the far right here, I can hover over, and I can see that this particular document was just recently updated. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up here. And this will open Word on this device. Now, I'm signed into Word. All my most recently used documents, all my settings, all my profile follow me across devices. One thing that's interesting, too, if you look to the lower right, you'll see that there's a small toast here. It says, Welcome back. Pick up where you left off. This is the last location feature in Office, where I can just click here, and this takes me to the last spot that I was on the document where I was working on it in my other environment. It's a nice capability there. I'm going to close this and show you that these experiences, if we could flip to the phone, extend beyond just PCs and tablets, of course, to mobile devices as well. This is a Windows phone, Nokia phone, Illumia. And I've got my Office hub here as you see it. I can just tap on it. And I have access to SkyDrive. I have access to documents that are stored here locally, my notes, other documents. I'll just go ahead and type on SkyDrive. There's the same folder structure that you saw before in SkyDrive in the cloud. I'll go into the Documents folder. I'll scroll down here at the bottom. It's refreshing my view at this point, updating to make sure I've got the most recent documents. I'll go down, and there's that fly fishing document one more time, and I can open it on this device. So no matter where I am, no matter what device I'm working with, Office is in the cloud with SkyDrive to help me share documents, to have access to all the content that I need, no matter where I may be. Okay. We've taken a look at how Office is best on Windows 8. We've talked a little bit about how Office can roam with you in the cloud. I want to talk a little bit more about what Steve said around Office being social in this release and the investments we've made there. Now, we've modernized SharePoint in this release to have a complete set of business or enterprise social networking features. And of course, we're really, really excited about what's going to happen with Yammer and how it can accelerate our position in the social networking space. I want to give you a quick look at what we've done with the new SharePoint and some of the social capabilities there. So I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'll bring up a browser. Now, SharePoint does a lot of different things: document management, content management, enterprise search, workflow. What I want to show you here is the work we've done around social. Now, like the rest of the Office applications, SharePoint has a new user interface as well. much cleaner, simpler, a design that's easy and intuitive for people to get access to the tools that they need. Now, with SharePoint and social, you can follow, you can keep track of anything, all kinds of different content. Over on the right here, you can see the listing of the people I'm following, the documents I'm following, the sites I'm following, the tags I'm following. I can go ahead and just click and go into all the documents and see the ones that I'm looking at. SharePoint will also suggest documents that I should be following based on the documents themselves and the things that I've followed in the past. It's a great way to make sure that I stay connected with what's happening in the org. Now, you see in the center of the screen a news feed or an activity feed. And this has all the kinds of social networking capabilities that you would come to expect. The ability to do things like replies. As I go through here, you can see these microblogging threaded discussions that are here. I can insert links. You can see there's a document that's been posted. I can preview that right in line. So without leaving the context of SharePoint, I can say, hey, is this a document maybe I want to go